So taking a look at the Dreo space heater, as you can see, it's a very nice, sleek design, very modern. When you get Dreo products, they're meant to last you a long time and they are meant to look really, really good compared to any other thing out there. This one is very compact. It's 1500 watts and it does have the little protector guard for, you know, weather, for more damp areas. So if you put this in the bathroom or put this somewhere that it's a little bit more damp, we're going to check this one out as well. I love the Dreo remotes that they actually give you. This one is a little bit different because it has the little sensor for the person right there. But yeah, now we have 3 of them. On the top you have a touch display panel. Very smooth, very nice. On the back you do have your carry handle, which is nice. It's a very nice depth in it. As you can see, like it's about half the remote in depth. So you actually get a really good grip on it instead of other types of heaters where you barely can hold it. It's really not even comfortable. This one is more comfortable. It also has a back filter on the back of the panel with a fan and this little dust prevention, so you don't want to have some dust in there. And this does act as a normal fan as well. This is my little sister's room. This is the Dreo fan. This is exactly what it looks like. Basically it has touch sensitive buttons on the top. It'll be different for both models. This is the one I showed you in a box. That's the temperature of the room, 69 degrees. It's very cold in here because there is no AC and very poor insulation due to the homeowners previously being really bad at building stuff. So this Dreo fan makes the room go to the certain temperature, which is at 74, and it's very toasty, and it'll warm up the room. So right now it's at 69 still. At the end of the video, it should be at probably 72. You do have multiple functions here. So you have the 3 lines, and if you press that, it goes into several modes. Right now it's just on a fan, so it'll be blowing cool air. You have high. If you press it again, the first mode right here, let me go ahead and wait till it comes back. H1, and then you do H2 and H3. I believe it's from 700 to all the way to 1500 watts. So this is at 1500 watts. If you go to the first mode, I believe it's at 500 or 700 watts. And then this one's at like 900 or 1200, something like that, close to there. And this is 1500 watts. And you can choose on the timer here on how many hours you want it. It goes into 1 hour increments all the way up to 12 hours. If you don't like that beep, you could turn it off by pressing the little noise button, and it'll have a little indicator there to show you that it has no more sound. So you can actually just press it freely without it making noise, which is really cool. And then you also have an eco mode, which I prefer. So you just set it to the temperature that you want. Let's just say we'll put it at 70. Once it reaches 70, it'll auto shut off. And then once it drops 2 degrees below 70, so 68, it'll kick back in and go full blast basically until it reaches its full potential. So if we do at 68, it should auto shut off here. And then obviously you have the oscillating button right here on the bottom left. See, as you can see, it dropped. And then obviously that's pretty much it on this version. We're gonna go ahead and switch over to the one that I have right now. All right, so this is a closer look at my heater in my room. Basically the same thing, except it has one really cool feature that I prefer. Has a little bit more basically compared to the other one. This is the atomic sense or atom sense. As you can see on the top, it does have more modes here. So you have a quiet button, oscillating, timer. You have a human detection feature, obviously the up and down, the modes, and your power on and off. That right there is a sensor that will automatically detect you whenever you enter or exit the room. So if you don't have any activity basically within the room for about 30 minutes, it'll auto shut off. And I actually had one instance where I completely forgot about the heater, and this actually came in clutch, which is really cool. So when you go to turn it on here, it'll have a little detection right there. When it doesn't detect you, it'll start blinking, and then within 30 minutes when you're not there, it'll auto shut off, which is really cool. And that actually came in clutch because I actually went to go put in air in my tires and do some other errands and stuff like that. This was so clutch because I didn't even realize that I left the heater on, and then when I came back home, it auto turned on right when I walked in the room, and when I like sat down, it auto turned on, which is really cool. So the actual degree on it to whenever you enter the room is really good. It's very smart. I don't have anything close to it, but you know, worst case scenario, if you ever did, that might be danger to you. But it's really cool. Obviously the very same exact look, size, and the exact same price as the other one, except this one does not have the waterproof rating. It's just a normal prong, which is interesting. It does have the same 3 modes here. So if you press it, you do have your fan. So it does have a little fan if you decide to use this like on your desk or something. It has a nice cool breeze. All right, so we're gonna do some really quick tests on it. just to show you that it actually performs really well. It has a really good amount of like fan. Dreo makes the best fans on the market, and they also make the best heaters on the market. It's not biased, it's just true. We're gonna test it out on H1 first. So we're gonna go ahead and wait till it comes back. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and measure fan speed. Obviously this is very hot, but it's looking about 3. Dang it, like it gets really hot right next to it. Like right next to it, it's like super freaking hot. But it gets about 2.5 miles per hour roughly on the first mode. Let's go to the second mode here. Roughly around 3.6. Obviously I can't do this for a very long time because it's gonna be really hot and it's just plastic. And H3, we're gonna try this as well. Looks like it's about 3.8 to 4 miles per hour. So it gets a pretty good amount of distance. I'm gonna measure the heat here that it's actually blowing out, and it's, ooh, this is like crazy burning hot. Like it's hot. Like if you're very close to it, I don't recommend standing close to this. Do not have anything close to it that can burn because it will catch on fire for sure. That's like that for all space heaters, but this gets crazy hot. I'd say about 3 feet away, or where the camera is right now, is the safe distance. Anything close to that is not good. So it looks like it's around 300 degrees, but I don't think it's 300 degrees. I'm pretty sure it's like 1,000 right now. I'm like not even joking. So we're gonna go to measure the sound. So it's not that loud. It's about 60 decibels-ish. It's not that loud of a device, which is really good. I'm getting really hot now because of how hot this actually is. But you know, you've seen the testings. It gets really hot. I didn't really measure the this as well because the batteries are dying, and it looks like it's climbing up to over 300. But it gets super hot, trust me. And being able to have it oscillating especially is a key feature to one of these. It has an anti-tip feature, so if it were to actually tip over, it'll auto shut off. It'll give you a little warning here, P4 on the side. It'll do a little beep just to warn you in case you are near it. It'll actually just warn you. If you aren't near it, if you're away from home and it tips over, it'll auto shut off within like 10 seconds. So right now it's not blowing any hot air. I could get close to it. Obviously the surface of it will be a little hot, but it'll auto shut off eventually. You will not complain about it. It's very well built. Has the tip over feature as well on this one as well, which I'll go ahead and show you here. So if you accidentally tip it over, let's say it's on its bottom piece, it'll have a P4 rating and it'll auto shut off within like 20 seconds. So right now there's no heat at all. It'll just turn off, and you'll hear that right now. Whenever you turn it off, it does have a 30-second timer, like I said on the other one. So very cool features on the Dreo fan. If you guys want to check it out, link in the description to buy. I highly recommend it. Must have for winter. You might as well get it now. It's not too late. The cold is still gonna go on between more months. It's not gonna end just at December, you know. Winter will last until like beginning of March. I guarantee you it'll be cold until that time. So might as well get it now and not suffer. It's cheaper than actually running your home heat, you know, your AC, whatever. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. And we out.